I've been wrestling with this idea lately. It's not mine, full credit to Erick Godsey for this, but he built it off the movie and book Annihilation, one of my all-time favourites, and it's been rattling around in my head for like a year. He calls it the Shimmer. In the movie, the Shimmer is this expanding bubble of iridescent, alien light that's refracting everything inside it. It's beautiful, but it's also terrifying. It scrambles DNA, merges species, creates things that are both monstrous and gorgeous. It's chaos, and that's just a perfect metaphor for what the internet, what our phones have done to our minds. We're living inside the Shimmer. And Godsey breaks it down into this horror story and this hope story. The horror story is pretty obvious. I've been reading Jonathan Haidt's stuff, The Anxious Generation, and the data is it's undeniable. Around 2010, the moment we all got smartphones, rates of anxiety, depression, self-harm, they just went fucking vertical. It's like an invisible flood of misery, and we're all just trying to tread water. That's one part of the horror. The other part is what he calls the great fragmentation. And man, I feel this one in my bones. My ability to just sit and focus on one thing, it's shot. Absolutely shot. I check my phone constantly. I'm multitasking even when I'm trying not to. And the science on this is pretty damning. They did this study where just having a smartphone in the room, not even on, just there, significantly lowers your cognitive performance. It's like you're trying to think with a weight tied to your brain. Godsey uses the term cognitively obese, which is harsh, but it feels right. We're gorging on this junk information, and it's making our minds slow and flabby. So that's the horror story. We're fragmented, anxious, and less effective. Fucking great. But here's the pivot. The hope story. Godsey calls it a schizophrenic renaissance, which is a wild term, but I love it. Because the same force that's shattering our attention is also this unbelievable tool for learning, for connection, for creating things and getting them out into the world on a scale that was never possible before. The Shimmer is dangerous, yeah, but it's also where all the new stuff, the new life, is being created. The trick is learning how to surf it, as he puts it, instead of drowning in it. And this is where he introduces this system he calls the Dharma flower. Dharma is just a word for your purpose, your work, the thing you're meant to be doing. The flower is a system for actually cultivating that purpose in the middle of all this chaos. It has 5 parts, 5 petals. The first petal is pollen sweeping. It sounds weird, but it's basically just getting every single thought, every to-do list item, every worry, every idea out of your head and into a trusted place, like a notes app. This is straight from David Allen's Getting Things Done. It's about closing all those damn open tabs in your brain. The mental energy you get back from not having to remember that you need to buy milk and also write a thesis, it's huge. The second petal is honeycombs. This is about organisation. Once you've captured all that stuff, you need to organise it. He recommends Tiago Forte's PARA method: projects, areas, resources, archives. It's just a simple way to file your digital life so it's not a complete mess. You don't just dump everything in one folder called important stuff. No, that's not it. You have a system. You know where to find things. You know what's active and what's not. So you've cleared your mind and you've organised your space. Now you have to actually do something. That's the third petal. Be bread. This is about productivity. For me, this is the most important part. He talks about Dharma sprints. These are like 90-minute, uninterrupted blocks of deep focus on your single most important task. No phone, no email, no distractions. You go into a cave for 90 minutes and you work. The goal is to knock out your top 3 tasks for the day, and then you're done. You can consciously disengage. The fourth petal is build a hive. This is about consistency. The system falls apart if it doesn't lead to a consistent creative output. You have to commit to an act of expression. A weekly newsletter, a podcast, a video series, whatever. Something that forces you to show up and create regularly. This is your outer cathedral. the thing you're building in the world. And that leads to the fifth and final petal. Give honey. This is the point of it all, really. By building your hive, you start to produce Dharma artifacts. These helpful pieces of content. An article, a video, a course. You create it once, and it can continue to help people for years. It's a compounding positive impact. You're giving away the honey you've made. So the whole process boils down to these 3 quests. This is what I'm trying to actually do. Quest 1, free your mind. That's the pollen sweeping and the honeycombs. It's the internal work. Capture your thoughts. Organize your digital world. Clean the garage. Quest 2, plant a Dharma flower. That's the bee bread and the hive. Commit to a creative practice. Pick one thing and do it consistently. Produce something helpful. And quest 3, build a garden. This is the long game. This is turning that one creative flower into a self-sustaining body of work, a community, something that helps others on a larger scale. So yeah, that's the choice. You can let the shimmer refract you into a million anxious pieces, or you can build a system to navigate it and create something real, something that helps. I'm trying for the second one. If you're interested in hearing more, I highly recommend checking out Erick Godsey's work. You can find him here on YouTube. I think he has a website as well.